Okay, this is Sam Spence, Bandit Brothers Martial Arts here in Bloomington, Illinois. It's been a while since I've done a Kali video, so I wanted to make sure I picked up kind of where I left off a while back. We went through our figure eight family, and we did a two-part series on a figure eight family. What we're going to do now, this should just be a one video set on our Abaniko family, or our fanning Witik or Witik family here. And this is typically done as a probe. This is typically done as a quick counter shot when you bounce the recoil, something along those lines. So if I hit a barrier, I need to spin it around this side, or I fake the side and spin it around the side. These aren't knockout shots by any means, but these are shots that can help make a difference, kind of sway things in your favor, offset people, change timing up quite a bit. So they're a really valuable tool. Now, what we're going to start with is just the sort of main structure. So this is going to go back to our structure of either 3 or 5 or 7 or, I don't know, 37, whatever odd number you choose, right? So for demo, I'm just going to do 5s. And we're going to either switch sides or switch drills with either a low-high, or you can change it up with anything else, right? So in a previous video I had mentioned, once you finish your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, now I'm on this side, so I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, close it down, open it back up, and go back into your figure eight family, but you're using a stick and knife, or an Espadilla daga, or a Bastani daga, or a stick and fist combination there to switch. But for simplicity's sake and for time, all I'm going to do is use the low-high as the transition. Typically, I see that as the most common option. It's what we put all of our beginners on. It tends to work out really nicely. So the first set of 5, right now we're going to put right foot forward, right hand in front, right hand at the weapon. You're going to do a tip up Witik, so the tip is up, it's above your head. So my hand is above my head, and I'm doing a tip up Witik. I think I might be out of frame, so I'm going to do it like this. So it's tip up above my head, and I hit a forehand side here. I rotate, lifting my elbow for the backhand side. That's 3, that's 4, that's 5. Tip up Witik. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hit the low line, hit the high line. This is where you would switch sides. Hit the high line, 3, 4, 5, low, high, switch sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, low, high, switch sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, low, high. Once you're comfortable with that, again, making sure that your elbow is doing the work, right? When I work my abanicos, especially if I'm working repeated abanicos like this, I'm not doing this, right? I'm not just twirling my wrist. 1, that's not good for your wrist. And 2, as I'm doing this, I need to actually use my elbow and lift it up to crank that power through. That's a tip down Witik, sorry. Crank that power through. Crank that power through, crank that power through. I typically don't do tip up Witiks just because I'm usually taller than the person I'm working with, but it's a good option for people who aren't as tall. So to get the backhand Witik, the backhand Abaniko Witik, I need to lift that elbow high. If I'm from the backhand side and I need to get to the forehand side, I need to crank that elbow in low. Boom, 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 right? If I had the muscles, this would be where I start flexing, right? I don't. So we have 5, 7, or 37, whatever you want, of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hit the low, hit the high. Make sure you do it on both sides. Now the next one we do, I can start standing back up again. This is the one I've been trying to do a lot out of the tyranny of muscle memory, as Guru Jeff Westfall likes to say. It's above my head, my hand's above my head, but I'm doing tip down Witiks. Down, 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 down. Then you hit the low, then you hit the high, then you switch. Down, 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 down. Hit the low, hit the high. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, low and high. Switch however you want. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hit the low, hit the high. Switch however you want. I'm just doing that one for ease. So you would obviously do those in sequence. The next one we do is we call it across the middle, okay? So it's not above my head at all. It's just straight out, and I go as low as I can with this arm, and I hit a forehand to a backhand, forehand to a backhand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hit the low, hit the high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hit the low, hit the high. With that, you can also start dropping these in lower. I typically don't make people do this in their first sort of sets, because as we're doing this, it takes a little bit more dexterity. But this would be, we start high and we drop low, low, low. So that's 5, then hit, and I switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then low and high and switch, okay? Again, that one I typically leave out during our normal progression, just because I wanna make sure people get through this without having to do 500 squats in a 3-minute round. Now, the next one we go to from there is tip up to tip down. This is to kind of combine the high and low line. And this one is one that I really, really like. I found that a lot of times if I'm swinging that angle 1 and it gets, somebody meets my force, then I just bounce around and I'll take that low line. And that's worked out pretty well for me. So you hit the high line, hit the low line, hit the high line, hit the low line, hit the high line. That's 5, hit the low and the high, switch your hands, hit the high line, hit the low line, hit the high line, hit the low line, hit the high line, hit the low, hit the high, switch your hands, high to low, high to low, high to low, switch, and high to low, high to low, high to low, and then low, high, and switch. So we have above your head, tip up, above your head, tip down. We have across the middle. We have the low line if you want to add that with the extra squats to it. Okay, make sure you don't do them like this. I pause there because I usually say you don't want to do this because you don't want to get cracked in the head, and I also just don't want to show off my bald spot. So I got two reasons to not do that, not do those. Now the other side of things is the inverse of that, so we go low to high. So this one here, I hit the low line, I Abaniko pull to a high line. That can be tip down, that can be tip up. Again, that kind of depends on your height. Again, for me, I'm 6'2". I'm not, a giant by any means, but I do stand, a little bit above some people. So tip down tends to work better for me. If I were 5'2", then tip up would be a better option. So tip down, tip up, tip down, tip up, tip down, tip up. Okay, then we hit our low, then our high, then we switch. Low to high to low, hit the low, high, and switch. Low to high to low, and switch. Low to high to low, hit the low, high, and switch. Now, all of that can be combined into one flow drill. I'm going to do it facing the camera, and I'm going to do it facing away from the camera, and I'm going to do it on our loud aqua bag. I saved that one for last because it's kind of obnoxious, and I don't want you to hear an entire video of me cracking that thing. So, what we're going to do is 5 of each. Tip up above my head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hit the low, hit the high. Switch. Above my head. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hit the low, hit the high. Switch. Above my head, tip down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Low and high. Above my head, tip down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Low and high. Switch my hands. Cross the midsection. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Low and high. Cross the midsection. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Low and high, drop low. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Hit the low, hit the high. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Hit the low, hit the high. Tip up, tip down. 2, 3, 4, 5. Low and high, switch. High to low, 2, 4, and 5. Hit the low, hit the high, switch. Low highs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Low, high, switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Low, high, and switch. Now face this way, but not hit the awkward bag. So we have tip up above my head. 2, 3, 4, 5. Low, high, switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Low, high, switch. That's a terrible switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Low, high, switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Low, high, switch. Cross the midsection. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Low, high, switch it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Low, high, switch it. Drop lows. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Hit the low, hit the high, and switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Hit the low, hit the high, and switch it. Tip up, tip down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Low, high, switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Low, high, switch. Low to high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Low, high, and switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Low, high, and switch. So we've got our low highs, got our high lows. Now, last one is the awkward bag. So it's going to be a little awkward to hit the low lines just because there's nothing here. So as I do these, I might bring them in here on this low line right here. So tip up above my head. I'm going to be hitting at this bracket right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hit the low, hit the high. Switch it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The low, hit the high, and switch it. Now I'm going to do tip up above my head, or tip down above my head. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, low and high, switch it up. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, low and high, and switch it up. Across the midsection, 2, 3, 4, 5, low and high, switch it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, low and high, and switch it. We're going to do our low line. Obviously I can't hit the low line, but I'm going to go ahead and do them anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Hit the low, hit the high. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Hit the low, hit the high. Switch it up. Tip up to tip down. 4, 5, low, high. Tip up, tip down, tip up, tip down, tip up, low, high. Tip down, tip up, tip down, tip up, tip down, low, high. Tip down, tip up, tip down, tip up, tip down, low, high. So that is our Abaniko family that we practice. Tip up above your head, tip down above your head, across the midsection, high to low. If you want to add the low, add the low. High to low, low to high. The one thing that I didn't add to this is the fact that I started everything with what we call a forehand Abaniko, right? So I'm using, it would be the angle 1, right? From our striking system, most striking systems, not all, is the angle 1 here like this. So we call that our forehand because it's a forehand shot. You can do them all from a backhand start point, a backhand delivery. So if I start in this point, here's my backhand to a forehand, a backhand to a forehand, to a backhand. And if you want, you can keep it low, high backhands. But usually when I had people start this from the backhand with each side, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I have cut through or hack this, then bounce it back, and then hit the forehand, hit the forehand. So you just completely do the inverse of it. So instead of doing forehand, backhand, forehand, backhand, forehand, backhand, backhand, you're going to do backhand, forehand, backhand, forehand, backhand, forehand, forehand. So I hope this helps. I hope you get a chance to incorporate this into your flow, into your carenza, into any of your training. And if you have any questions, if you have any concerns, if you have anything you want me to touch, be careful with that. If you have anything you want me to cover in this video, then I'd be happy to try, or in the next video, I'd be happy to work with you. So thank you very much.